this is Kaben Clauson joining us. He's the founder and CEO of TruePublic. So what do you guys do exactly?
Yeah, good morning. TruePublic is a way for people across America to share their honest, anonymous opinions through a series of votes on topics around politics, dating, and now really coronavirus and the COVID situation. So hundreds of thousands are weighing in with their opinions and then seeing how they compare to other Americans across the country.
Okay. So, of course, we want to get to the weird stuff because we're weird. Let's talk about some of your quirky data. I'm really fascinated by your not wearing pants on video call data because I don't want to like dismiss your findings, but I've been doing my same data, and here's what my chart looks like, and it's different than yours. Around Sacramento, our numbers have been huge. See on 401 right there, we're up to 72% of people not wearing pants. What has your data told you?
Well, Sacramento's Sacramento's known for its many weird people, so I'm not surprised, including you, Cody. Here's what we found. And we ask questions that are serious, and we ask the questions that are more fun. Because what we're trying to find out is, while we're all isolated, what's really going on in people's homes. And one of the fascinating findings was 37% of people who are attending video conferences for work or school said they've done so without wearing pants. And that number is about you're twice as likely to not wear pants if you're a man than if you're a woman on one of these video calls. And I think that might be the least surprising stat in the history of news.
This is true. This is true. Okay, talk about the showering stats, because this was great. This is one of my favorite ones.
So trapped inside, you might not have to see people. Are you showering? Well, almost half of people, 47% of respondents said they're showering less frequently than they were before lockdown. 40% of people are not combing their hair as much. Do you need to comb your hair? I mean, you might if you're on a video call. And then I think what's really interesting is 67% of people are not shaving as much. So we're going to have a lot of, I think we're going to have a lot of fresh beards on men, certainly. And also, what's funny is these nightmares people have been having. So we've been tracking nightmares on TruePublic for a long time. Like all of the data is on a weekly basis, which makes it so interesting to watch it over time. And as COVID started taking over the country, the amount of nightmares amongst people went from around 1% to 2% nightly nightmares for people in the country. Now we're at 24% of women and 13% of men are seeing more nightmares than usual due to this.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Really interesting.
You guys this is not like a small sample size. You guys have what, 2 million opinions every month or something like that?
Oh yeah. So for a study like this, it's well over 10,000 people. We make sure that it's statistically randomized across the country. We're also able to get to state level data. I mean, I'll tell you one interesting thing about Californians. California is handling coronavirus better than every other state in the country in one key respect. What are you doing with new hobbies and new activities? We have a question. We're trying to find the bright side here too. A lot of jobs are lost, a lot of health problems. What's the bright side? The bright side is a lot of people had things they wanted to do for years, and they never really had the time or the wherewithal to do it. Now, a new 61% of people in the state of California are saying, I've found a new hobby, I've found a new interest, I've rekindled a new passion in my life that I didn't have before. And that's higher than the rest of the country, which is really surprising and interesting to us.
That is really interesting. Thank you very much for joining us. By the way, I'm 12,000 words into the book. I've been wanting to write forever. So I've been doing that as well. If people want to get involved and start, voting and sharing their data and stuff, everything, what do they need to do?
Oh, yeah. Download the TruePublic app in the iPhone App Store or go to TruePublic.com. Start sharing your opinions. It's totally anonymous, and you get to see how you compare based on race, gender, political leaning, all these different factors. It's a really fun way to be radically honest and learn where do you fit in this crazy world we're in now.
Love it, man. This is cool. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.
All right. See ya. Bye.